Did you know that you're magnetic? I mean, just sit with it for a second and just think about what a magnet is. Like, if you sit a magnet near things that are drawn to it and how it draws it in, and it don't even be doing nothing, it just be sitting there. And it just pull in stuff, but also repel stuff. That's what you can do. And you're like a giant magnet. OMGs. Oh, like, have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about that for real? That you are a magnet. You are magnetic. That's what they call attractive, right? So this has less to do with how you look, although that's a form of magnetic energy, right? But it has more to do with how you feel inside. So now you're actually electromagnetic. Oh shit. Like head explode emoji. Are you getting what I'm saying? You are not only drawing energy in, you are a source of energy. So that means you are putting out energy, right? You're sending out signals with your thoughts. And that is actually how you magnetize. This is actually what they're calling the law of attraction. It's based on the fact that this is how you're designed. You're designed this way. It's natural. You are designed to be a creator. You are designed to manifest. You manifesting all the time. And you're generating all the time. Huh? I say you're a generating source of energy. So like you are a plug. Like that. Okay? You see how you can't, but you know electricity is coming out of there. Right? You know when you plug something in, you just plug it in. You don't even think about, is this plug gonna work? You don't even think about it. But you can't see the electricity. You can't see where it's coming from. You the same way. You feel me? You are a storage house for electricity. So because you are a storage house for electricity, you draw to you other entities that need your electricity. I mean, if your head not exploding, if you not like just falling out and just shouting and just giving thanks, if you not like, I be damn, like I'm a miracle walk, like some masterful entity created me. Who I don't know how to. I could talk about it on a over your head type of way, or super in depth type of way, that you are water and that water is electromagnetic, or that you are space and that space is I could talk about it in these super esoteric ways. But I know you know what I'm saying, that you've heard people say that someone is very attractive. And you may have taken that to mean that they are physically attractive. But I know you have met some people who you might not think are physically attractive, and they still attractive. Huh? Maybe that's you. I don't know. I mean, you just look at your life and see, how did I attract that? How did that come into my life? How did I experience this experience? You attracted it. So then you say, well, how do you attract things? How? What's propelling? Where's the source of energy coming from that's pulling in other energy? Your thoughts and your feelings. It's like really that simple. It's really that simple, that how you feel is what holds the vibration, And what feels the vibration, look, what feels the vibration, like it's a vortex, you know? And so the more you guide your thoughts, the more you round them, the more you like capture them and like hold them in a vessel. Like if you imagine that within you, you have like a bottle, like a container. Let's just say like a, you know, you ever seen, watched I Dream of Jeannie, or watched a movie with a jinn, you know, or what they call them, a genie in a bottle. Imagine that you have a bottle in you, and the genie comes from your thoughts and feelings. That's how the magic happens. And the magic is not biased. You feel me? The magic don't say, I'm going out here to ruin your life, or I'm going out here to make you rich. The magic do what you tell it. It just seemed like magic because it'll like poof, pop out. You know what I mean? Like a genie. But actually, you have been building that genie with your thoughts and your feelings. So if you always feel down and sad and depressed and like, oh, nothing changes, people don't change, oh, places don't change, that's a terrible place, oh, that's an awful place, oh, I want to get out of that place, this is horrible. I know, because I was actually that person. I actually spent a vast majority of my time focusing on how horrible a place was and how horrible, you know what I mean? So what do you think I was experiencing? If I'm feeling this way about a place and I'm actually thinking this about a place, what do you think I'm experiencing from that place? Now, you could still be pouring into yourself joy and love and fulfillment and happiness in so many other areas, but there just maybe a place that has gotten more rigid, more hard. So what you start to do is be more conscious, and you start to really ask yourself, is it all bad? So for me with Memphis, I would meet people because I was in an environment that I really enjoyed. I was working in an environment that I was excited about. And so in one area of my life, I'm now open to experiencing positivity. I'm excited. I'm doing work that brings me joy, so it doesn't feel hard, right? It doesn't feel like work. It feels like I'm in a great opportunity. I'm living a dream. So within that, I would meet people who would tell me how much they love Memphis. And these were people that obviously are matching my frequency. They clearly love what they do. And so now here's an opportunity. I'm presented with an opportunity to actually spread my joy into other areas of my life, to smooth my to utilize my electricity to actually magnetize experiences in Memphis that I enjoy. Is your head exploding? So when I would meet these people, you know, because I was meeting so many people, I started to feel kind of ashamed. I'm like, I'm ashamed to now say that I don't like Memphis, that I hate Memphis. How you gonna say that if you meeting all these people? It's kind of embarrassing. You don't really want to, and you grew up here, you know? So it's kind of like, oh, I don't really want to be saying to people that's not from here that I don't like the place that I'm in, the place that I grew up. What does that say about me? So what I started to do was ask them. I said, well, what do you love about Memphis? I consciously, in my mind, in my body, in my spirit, I said, I want to love Memphis too. I want to love it. So Memphis didn't just magically become a new place because I decided I wanted to love it. Guess what? I became a new place. Listen. It's one of the most, I mean, it really like low-key makes me emotional. Like I've literally thought about it and cried because this not something I put on my vision board. You know, it's one thing to put something on your vision, to consciously change. You know, like people want to be skinny, or people want to be fit or in shape, or people want to be what in their mind is healthy. But sometimes you don't think about all these areas of your life that affect your health. So when you're holding like a negative framework, it makes it challenging for you to have this full 360 experience of goodness because you have narrowed in. So when I became open to the idea, when I just became curious, like, well, let me just see what these people say. What could be so good about men? I mean, I'm just really blown away. I'm just like, I mean, I'm not meeting one person. Like consistently, every day I was meeting multiple people that's like they love Memphis. And I'm like, are we talking about the same place? You love it? And I mean, they're like, I love it. Like, I can't imagine living somewhere else. And I'm like, whoa. So it's making me so curious. And because I'm a curious person by nature, I said, well, let me just explore what they're experiencing. Maybe they having some experiences I don't know about. And they were. But they were having some that was the same. It was their openness, and it was the electricity that it was their thinking. How they were grateful to be in Memphis, how they were grateful to be in a place where people were loving and nice and thoughtful and caring. This is what they were telling me. And I said, well, well, let me have this type of mindset is just see what happens. Because I'm a scientist by nature. Let me just do an experiment. Let me just see something. Okay. So if you start actually doing stuff that you like, if you start finding stuff that you like to do in the city, maybe that'll start making you like it a little different. So that's what I started to do. But first, I opened myself up to the possibility, right? I took Memphis out of this box that I had put it in and made it, because now I made it one-dimensional. When you put something in a box, when you say, I don't like so-and-so people, I don't like a whole place. Like, how you don't like a whole... Now when I think about it, it's so absurd to say. It is absolutely the most childish thing. It's very immature to be like, you don't like a whole place because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 20 experiences you don't have. I don't care. That does not define a whole place. You gotta know that don't make sense. You gotta know that. And so somewhere deep down, I guess I knew that. And I opened myself up to the possibility, and I started to explore. And guess what? I started to meet more people who love Memphis. And they loved that I was in Memphis. And I loved that they was in Memphis. And this just kept going. And like I said earlier, when you got the goodness available, you not gonna choose the horrible. I'm not gonna keep on saying Memphis is horrible when it's showing me that it's not. I don't have no space now to say it's horrible. Now I actually, and I still be like tripping. When I tell people that I love Memphis now, I literally feel like I'm a whole different person. Because you have no idea how vehement I was about my disdainment for Memphis. I spent years of my life talking about how much I hated a place. When I really think about it, it literally is like I robbed myself of having a wonderful experience. I could have had so much more of a richer life in Memphis. I'm very fortunate for the life I did have. It was amazing and rich in so many ways, and so many, now I can be grateful that I don't control everything. So we are co-creators. And this is co-creation with your higher self, with spirit, with source, with God, Goddess Absolute, with your ancestors, with your angel team, with your thoughts, with your heart, with your vibration, with your cells. And so sometimes they take over for you on your behalf because they know you a cluck. Huh? They know you goofy as hell. I'm just saying. They like what Jesus say? Forgive them, for they know not what they do. So somebody must have been forgiving me, even though I wasn't even asking for forgiveness. Oh, I mean, I'm just like, ooh wee. Sometimes life just be blowing me away. It just be blowing me away. So I'm saying, if you think about that in terms of what I just shared about my experience with Memphis, this is how I know that you can change your mind about anything. And when you change your mind changes your whole world. It changes your world. It changes you. You don't have to go out and change the world from the outside. I didn't go build no new Memphis. How that work? How you do that? I see people trying to do it all the time. I don't see it working yet because they trying to do it from the outside in. And it keeps backfiring because that's not how it works. You got to go from the inside out. So you got to go into the community, find out what the community needs in the community, and then help get the community the resources they need so the community can do it for themselves. You don't move the community out, then you go and say, oh, we're going to put a whole new community in there and we're going to call it this. It ain't going to be that name no more. It's going to be this name. And then you act like when the community come back, they not going to be the same because you start calling it something else. Okay, then. You can call this body whatever you want to call it. Some people, when they see me, they call me queen. When I see my friends, I call them goddess, God. What I'm doing is really just reminding them from the outside that they are reflecting a light, right? But I could say it out. I could call them every day, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 20 times a day, and say, hey God, hey goddess, you a queen, you beautiful, you amazing. But if they don't believe that on the inside, guess what they gonna do? Stop answering my call. Isn't that something? Now I'm telling them something that is good, ain't it? But because they don't feel that on the inside, because they're not cultivating that, because they haven't opened themselves up to the possibility that they are a god, that they are a queen, that they are a king, that they are a goddess, that they are magic, that they are miraculous. And not just saying that just to be saying it because it temporarily feel good, but actually be like, now how people keep on saying I'm a queen and I'm a god. What is this? So if you actually went inside of yourself and said, Well, can you show me how I am a queen, how I am a god, how I am a goddess, how I am a king, how I am magical, how I am profound, how I am wonderful, how I am electromagnetic? Can you, whoever the you is, what's up? Can we work together on this? Because I really want to know. That's how it begins. Just like how I said with Memphis, that's how it began. I never put that on my vision board that I wanted to be, me and Memphis to be click tight. But what I put on my vision board is I want to be a whole person. That I am a whole person. And so because there are areas where there are seemingly lack, or there's seemingly rigidness, where there's seemingly blocks, those are the areas where I'm needing support. So because of the areas where it's smoother, where it's freer, where it's clearer, where it's more fun, though the areas that I did visualize, because I intentionally went into those areas with curiosity, with openness, with intention of success, of prosperity, because I had practiced that in some areas, it set the groundwork for the other areas in my life that are a little more rigid, that are a little more challenging, that do seem like blockages, that might make you think you cursed or something like that. But when you go back and look at these other areas, you like, no, I couldn't be. How could I be cursed over here but not cursed over here? Life is good over here, but life is fucked up over here. Like, it's just your thinking. It's just your electromagnetic vibration. It just needs to be a little tuned. That's it. Oh my. I mean, this is the most. It's all I want to do with the rest of my life is just explore this. What I'm talking about? You could spend eons exploring it. It's no limit to it. I could give 100 more stories just from my life. But the Memphis, though, it blows me away because I ain't put that shit on my bucket list. I ain't put it on my to-do list. I never said, you know what, one day I'm going to repair my relationship with Memphis. I didn't even know that was an option. I didn't even know this was a possibility. You feel what? So that tells me to open up space for everything. Everything that you think you got closed up, sealed out. Ooh, I ain't dealing with that no more. You know, like my relationship with my parents, my relationship with men from my past, my relationship with women from my past. I may think that that's done over with, closed, but energy is energy, boo. You may not deal with it in that person, but it's coming back around. You feel me? It's gonna come right on back around to give you another opportunity to grow in that area where you think you done solved it and tucked it away and pushed it away. Because that's not, if you want to be a whole person, all of your whole self got to go with you, right? All of your whole, you can't, because whatever you have tucked away, put away, part of you is in there, tucked away, put away. Right? Because the fact that you have it in your mind that that's something I don't have to deal with anymore, that's in your mind. You see what I'm saying? If you was free from it, you would never think about that no more. So until you become free from it fully, until your vibration, your energy is pure and clear, and you know, whatever that looks like for you, until that happens, it's always taking up a little space. And generating a little generating a little energy. You feel me? And it's just steadily, you know, growing. And it's more likely to show up because you are attempting to push it away. And see, because we are electromagnetic, what you're actually thinking that you're pushing away is actually what you're calling in, because you're tuning yourself to that frequency. you're magnetizing yourself to draw in that energy. You know? I mean, it's so... I don't even... So I just, that's why I surrender every day. Just source, spirit, God is absolute. I surrender my all to you because you got the code. I'm in the game, but you got the code. So I'm going to go with the coder. Who you going to go with?